So, Boris Johnson. Good old Bojo. Oh, I'm sorry. He's formerly known as Alexander Boris de Fiffle Johnson of the United Kingdom's Conservative Party. Yes, I remember him from various British shows from his time as a Member of Parliament on the Clarkson-era Top Gear, as frequent guest and guest host of Have I Got News For You, as the mayor of the great city of London, on and off with various topical comedy shows and featured gigs during his time as Foreign Secretary and eventually Prime Minister. I wanted to make fun of how much he just stammers about with his words, especially on the Sharpcast, because I know this guy. I've heard him speak. I really wanted to, but I was told not to. And, well, I can't even do it here, because he suffered a far worse fate recently. You see, the UK has been trying to break apart from the European Union for reasons I'm too American to understand. But I imagine there's something stupid like rules and immigrants, because normally that's what makes stupid decisions. And they've wasted so much time and money over this. It's a mess of those who say they should remain EU, and there are those who want all those disgusting brown people to leave the country and don't come here unless they speak proper British, eat fish and chips, and worship the one true God, David Attenborough. And this started under David Cameron's career as a prime minister. That phonogenic asshat. And then handed over to Theresa, not related to James May as far as I know, May. And when she did jack all, Bojo was put up to head the Brexit deals as British Prime Minister. A true British man. From New York fucking City. A man of the common people. Who went to a prestigious boarding school in Eton, England, and is an alma mater of a different college. Whose ideas for the 2020 Summer Olympics include a clock that died on the second day, freakish Cyclop mascots, and a torch relay of Great Brits and Will.i.am from East LA.
It's like a blessed moment and a surreal moment and a can't believe it moment all at the same time.
Someone who nearly had to die from the COVID-19 pandemic to truly change his mind about how it's handled, unlike a certain other person. Remember how I said that there was two sides to this Brexit deal? The Remain, the Leave? Well, the region of Scotland, the land of drunkards, kilts, Sean Connery, is entirely on remaining in the EU, as well as a good chunk of the English population that didn't believe everything they see plastered on the side of a double-decker bus. Hell, Scotland wanted to break off from the United Kingdom to become its own independent nation just to remain in the EU. It was met with a generous response of but they often forget that they need Scotland to stay, so they have fish and oil for their fish and chips. Recently, there was some regional elections, which is like the US elections, but with the additional 2-drink minimum policy. The Scottish National Party has a huge majority in Parliament now. Well, when I say Parliament, I mean the Scottish Parliament. And this is their 4th victory in a row. And when Scotland is about to send their second independent referendum, they're planning to mean it. At the head of it all is Scotland's First Minister, Nicola Sturgeon, named after a bird and rhymes with Ricola. Her main intention, according to her office, is to ensure that the people of Scotland can choose our own future when the crisis is over, meaning the COVID-19 crisis, and made clear that the question of a referendum is now a matter of when, not if, stressing that independence was the will of the country, and that any London politician who stood in the way will be picking a fight with the democratic wishes of the Scottish people. Johnson may have the ultimate say in things, even saying in the Daily Telegraph that such a thing is irresponsible and reckless, while Britain's recovering from the COVID crisis at this time, but this ought to put pressure on things. If London town continues to push for Brexit, what could be feared to happen will happen, and in the process they'll be losing Scotland. Johnson will look like a total clown on the world stage, and Great Britain will be in the same boat as he is, as Scotland gets a bigger seat in international trade negotiations. Oh, Bojo, you silly goose. Cocking things up again, I see. At least here in the States, we're above electing clowns like him again to do our international negotiations. Why am I hearing boss music?